Welcome to the Hardin Simmons Coaches Show with Coach Jesse Burleson. I'm Al Pickett. The Cowboys take on East Texas Baptist Senior Day, and a lot riding on the game because of the conference title and the automatic bid to the NCAA Division III playoffs riding on the outcome. Before we talk about that, go back to last week, 21-17, tough loss to Mary Hardin Baylor. It had to be an incredibly frustrating game. It seemed like you were behind the sticks, behind the chains after negative plays so much of the ball game.
Yep, yeah, that was the definition of frustration for us. I mean, there was little things here and there. It came down to details, and we didn't dominate the details and win the details like we needed to, and it ended up costing us the game.
What's the approach after that loss?
Respond like a cowboy. This is at some point, you're going to get knocked down. That's the big test, is what are you going to do whenever that does happen. We've been very, very, I'm not going to say fortunate, but we've been pretty blessed over the last couple of years not to have many of those knockdowns, and so it's difficult to deal with at times. But I was very impressed with our guys' response. There was a lot of intense faces on Sunday. A lot of self-reflection. Ultimately, it comes down to me. It's my responsibility. So any of the blame, any of the fault that goes into that loss is 100% mine. But I know our guys definitely responded. We had a great day yesterday.
You look around the country and how few undefeated teams there are still left in all classifications. It's hard to make a run all the way through the season undefeated.
It's hard to win one game. I think that, some people, whenever you have a lot of success, they just look and say, oh, they're just going to go do this or they're going to go do this. And it's hard. It's because the other team wants to win too. They practice and they have good players and they have good coaches, all those things. And so it's hard to win one game, much less string a whole bunch of them together at a time.
Kyle Brown, your quarterback, was under pressure for so much of the ball game. I think he really showed how tough he is.
He is as tough as they come. We knew he was tough, but if he didn't prove anything to anybody else, he proved it to the guys that were out there trying to protect him and the coaches on the sideline. He battled the entire game, and guess what? He came out to practice yesterday and had a great practice. He didn't miss a rep. He's that kind of guy. It's one thing to show the toughness during the game, but you wonder how those guys do it during the week, because it'd be pretty easy for him to say, hey, I need a day off or something. And he didn't do that, and so that speaks volumes to who he is, not just as a player, but as a person, as a leader, and as a guy who's going to be a phenomenal coach as well.
East Texas Baptist played you a tough game first time. You end up winning 34-16. That was a crazy end of the first half. They were about to score to tie at 14-14. Harrison Foster intercepts the pass, returns it 97 yards. With 3 seconds to go, they block the extra point and return it for 2 points. So in a matter of 3 seconds, it goes from 14-7 to 21-9. Crazy ball game.
Yeah, there was a couple of moments in there. Plus, we had the long hour and a half, 2 hour delay, and then it was just it was a lot of different things going on. It felt like we never really got in a rhythm that day, and so days like that, you just got to find a way to get the job done.
A little surprising that they have not got a conference win. They lost last week to Howard Payne because they played you guys really well.
Yeah, it's a good football team. They've I think they've got some young guys at spots, but man, they've got talent everywhere. They've got a huge offensive line. They've got speed at all the positions. They've got a really great running back tandem. They've been playing several quarterbacks that have different skill sets that you have to kind of prepare differently for. Then defensively, their D-line is huge, and they have a defensive end that's one of the best in the country, if not the best in the country. Linebackers fly around. Secondary is very athletic. Corners can play press. So you look at it and you go, they just haven't. They're probably sitting there saying the same thing. We just haven't put all the pieces together.
I mentioned earlier that you have to win against East Texas Baptist to get a share of the title with Mary Hardin Baylor, but to get the automatic bid. Explain how you get the automatic bid if you do win.
If we win Saturday, we're conference champs. There's no code. There's no sharing. There's a tiebreaker. I didn't know what the tiebreaker was. Somebody had to explain it to me because I never. I know we talked about it, voted on a long time ago, but I hadn't really paid attention to it. there's a point spread in there
with a 21-point cap, I think, right?
With a 21-point cap, and so, but basically it comes down to Saturday, win, and we're conference champs, and we're in.
And, of course, you won by 27 the first time against them, lost by 4 to Mary Hardin Baylor, so that's why you would have the tiebreaker, right?
That's correct, yes.
What happens now, assuming you win on Saturday? When do you find out about the playoffs?
Sunday. So Sunday. The selection show will be Sunday. I believe it's at 3 or 4 o'clock. I'm not exactly sure, but that's whenever everybody will find out.
I see the initials NPI, I think it's National Power Index. How does that play into it all?
That's a tricky question as well. There is a power index that when you look at strength of schedule and Division III opponents, things like that has a lot to do with who is in, and then the seeding on 1 through 40, however they seed them based on the MPI. But there is also obviously geography, and when you're talking about the NCAA, money is going to be a factor in who plays who. And so it's not, they say a lot of people say it's a true seeding tournament, 1 through 40, and one will play 40, all that kind of stuff. But that's not the case.
No, it's really not, because you're going to play somebody either in Texas or in this part of the region. You're not going to go to the Northeast in the first round.
That's not going to happen. There's zero chance that's going to happen. It's going to be, it's going to come down to financial decisions on a lot of those things as well.
Last year you had a first round bye. Is there a chance of that?
Who knows? I mean, yes, and it's probably 50-50. I mean, again, it's going to come down to all those different factors. You look at the MPI, you look at the financial, you look at the geography. So.
Finally, this is senior day. The seniors are on the verge of a 3rd consecutive conference championship. Talk about what this group has done for Hardin-Simmons football.
They've done a lot. It's a special group. I mean, it's obviously, they've had a ton of success on the field, winning conference championships, winning a bunch of games, all those things. But when you look at that group, actually was going through the list and just looking and saying, man, what they've just given in terms of maybe guys that you not necessarily have seen that have played a ton, the kind of teammates they are, the kind of sacrifices they've made. But the group as a whole, man, they've all sacrificed so much to just be here and be a part of this. And so it's a special group. I mean, it's obviously there's a ton of great players in the group, but it's so much more than that you look at it and you say, these guys have brought so much to the program, and my hope is just that we've given them a little something that they're going to take with them to go be great at what they do. Whether that's being, we got guys that are going to be coaches, we got guys that want to go to PT school, we got guys that don't have a clue what they want to do right now, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be really good at it, and they're just they're great human beings, and our whole goal is to help them be great at that stuff, but more importantly, be great husbands and great fathers, and I think it's going to be a phenomenal group.
I haven't counted up. How many seniors are there?
I think there's 20 on the list. I don't want to go back and look at it because I'm like, I'm going to miss those guys, so I believe it's 20 on the list.
And they're going to be honored at halftime, I think, with the special video in the stadium, right?
They will. It's kind of the last couple of years, there's certain ways that you do it, and so many, basically every year they're like, can we just play the game? And they're like, that's what we want to do. And I said, yeah, we're going to do that. But so we're going to try a little different approach. So they'll go out for the coin toss with the captains there, and they'll be recognizing their families at the same time. And then they all made a little video for their families too, and that'll be played at halftime. So that'll be a pretty cool deal.
And of course, we'll have that on our broadcast on hsuathletics.com. Finally, keys against East Texas Baptist.
Respond like a cowboy. That's what it comes down to. The X's and the O's and the schematics and the fundamentals, they are what they are. We're going to do some different things this week. We put some guys in some different spots and run some stuff we haven't ever ran before. And so we're excited about that opportunity. Our guys have really done great with it. Biggest thing is just, we got to go keep the focus on us, because when you start to let other factors come into it, external factors cannot be any type of effect on us, and I think our guys are going to handle it like Cowboys.
I guess the bottom line is you go into the last game of the season with a conference championship and everything riding on it. You can't ask for a whole lot more than that.
No, this is why you do it. It's just like we told our guys on Sunday. Everything we want is still right in front of us. the path just looks a little different, and that's okay, because that's what life's going to be. Sometimes you think it's going to play out like this, and it ends up playing out all over the place. And getting back to it, what it comes down to is you just got to find a way to get the job done.
Well, the Cowboys 8-1, and it's been a fun season, and hopefully there's a lot more football yet to go.
Amen to that.
Jesse Burleson, that's the Hart and Simmons Coaches Show, and we'll continue with more after we take this time out.